Yes, people, my name's Joseph, aka Sick Boy Joseph and the Lab Boys, aka Sick FC on YouTube. This is going to be a new YouTube channel with all sorts of videos relating to football, Man United, retro gaming, and more. There's going to be arguments, debates, vlogs, everything. I've got so many ideas for this channel. This is the first video. It's a bit basic because I had to re-record it. So, whilst I was at work, so you're just going to have to bear with me. But yeah, man, this is the first video, so I hope everyone's excited. I'm looking forward to building this community, and I'm also looking forward to seeing United win, because I think I'm going to be the good luck charm. So, up the fucking Reds, let's have it. Yes, people, welcome to Sick FC. This is the YouTube channel where we're going to talk everything Man United, Premier League, and more. But I've already recorded this video, so I'm literally re-recording now. This is a retake of a Man United Brentford preview. Well, technical difficulties made me re-record it, so now I'm only recording it like on the Monday before the game. But it's a big game today. With Chelsea being so poor towards the end of the season, United's run a form under Carrick, and everything going our way. Villa losing on the weekend, Liverpool's inconsistency. Today we can pretty much secure Champions League. If United win today on this Monday, I don't know why we keep playing on Monday, by the way. But if United win on this Monday, we literally go 11 points clear of 6th place, I believe. And we've got 12 points left to play for after this game. So it's basically securing Champions League. Home result is what you need. And we've been playing poorly in the last 5 or 6 games. But Old Trafford, you should be able to bring Brentford to Old Trafford and put them away. I mean, United do need to be careful, though, with our last 5 games. We've lost 2, we've drawn 2, and we've lost 2, won 2, drawn 1. So the form has been less than exemplary, and the performances kind of have matched that log. We've gone from looking 10 out of 10 against City, 10 out of 10 against Arsenal, and then probably a couple of 7 out of 10s Fulham. Everton I thought was a good away performance, considering it's a difficult team to play against. Moyes always makes it difficult. But the performances have dropped off quite a lot. Even against Chelsea, I do think the front three have struggled in the last few games. Look, especially Mbeumo. Now, Mbeumo at the start of the season, probably say he was our best player. Like, for the first half of the season, especially going forward, he looked like our best player. But he's struggled for form in the last few weeks, and it's a bit of a disappointment, really. Like, I think it's not helping him at all being moved between being a striker and being a right winger. I think United need to decide where we want to play him. So, yeah, if Sesko's injured, maybe he can cover up front. But if he was bought as a winger, I think he should play as a winger. I mean, it would kind of give a bit more stability, a bit more balance to the team. And you know that Mbeumo's got a lovely back post cross on him. I think this is one of the things that's kind of frustrated me, is that at the start of the season, we was kind of seeing Sesko and Mbeumo together. And Sesko and Mbeumo were working quite well together. The flick-ons were working quite well. And Mbeumo's really good at making that running behind. He's got a really good back post cross on him. And these are things that Sesko thrives off. Like, Sesko's absolutely brilliant in the air. Like, it sounds obvious to say when he's 6'5", but not every tall striker wins a lot of headers, and Sesko actually wins a lot of what gets put into the box and has chances, has shots, and that's a good trait to have. So I'd like to see Mbeumo and Sesko play together, and Mbeumo be given kind of more of a set role in the team. And also, with Mbeumo coming back to play against his old club, this looks like one of those games where maybe he can get back to form. So I'm quite looking forward to this game. I think it'll be difficult. I think you have to watch out for Brentford as well, because Brentford are one of these teams that they press you high, they're really aggressive, and if you're not switched on from minute 1, then they're going to make the game an absolute nightmare. Too many times we've seen United, especially going away from home to the G-Tech, go to Brentford, try and play out from the back, get caught out, struggle, and then end up losing the game. So in this, I'd really like to see Carrick go long, just for maybe even if it's just for the first 10 minutes, like we can build up, but go long. Avoid the press, don't concede early, and once you're 10 minutes into the game, 15 minutes, and you're settled, then you can start playing, then you can get it down, get the ball into Kobe, get the ball into Casemiro, and start putting stuff together, because once this Brighton team has pressed, and Brentford team have pressed, once this Brentford team have pressed high, if you can beat that press, there's so much space for our forwards to get into. You're looking at Cunha, you're looking at Mbeumo, even Sesko, who can be a runner, and then Ahmad coming off the bench, Bruno finding pockets of space. There's space to be exploited. You just have to beat that first line. So hopefully we can beat that first line. I'll be really interested to see how Carrick sets up the team in build-up in this game, because I do think in a couple of games where we've come up against teams where you know they're going to press hard, we kind of played into their hands. I think the Bournemouth game especially, before the international break. When we played Bournemouth, kind of playing out from the back, playing really slow, getting caught out, and we gave them a lot of encouragement in the game. And I do think going forward in that Bournemouth game, we actually played quite well. Like, I think some of the combinations and some of the forward play was okay. I thought Bruno had quite a good game as well, as he always does. But just inviting pressure to teams that love to play high press. And then the same thing with Leeds. Like, you're playing Leeds at home, you know they're going to be right up for it in the first few minutes of the game, and you come and you start so sluggish. And I think that's where United's performances have kind of gone awry under Carrick. I think when we've had a big break between the games, in the first 15, 20 minutes, we've looked so sluggish. But I do sound quite negative, but I actually have been quite happy with the changing results. So now, obviously, coming against Brentford, they do have one of the top scorers in the league, one of the best strikers in the league this season in Igor Thiago. Igor Thiago has literally got 21 goals. 8 of his 21 goals this season, by the way, have been match opening goals. So at the start of the game, when it's early, the defenders need to be switched on. Maguire and Igor Thiago had quite a battle in the 3-1 at the G-Tech earlier on in the season. And to be honest, I don't really worry about Maguire when it comes to 1v1 duels and stuff like that. But he actually had a real struggle last time against him. So hopefully he comes into this one with a point to prove, especially after the suspension, the nonsense suspension, by the way. Only one team in this league's getting their player suspended for swearing, and it's us. I've only ever seen it twice, and one of them was Wayne Rooney, and the other one was Harry Maguire. It's not happening. So glad to have Maguire back from suspension. Hopefully in this one, he can really help the team. I mean, it's going to be Aiden Heaven next to him, who was absolutely brilliant against Chelsea. I haven't even really spoke about the Chelsea game in this one, but it's a really big win. Honestly, leads us into this game now and allows us to just try and win our home games, get top 4 secure, and then we can do what we want from there. But Igor Thiago is the main man. He's the danger man you need to watch out for in this team. Brentford have got a couple of players I really like. Damsgaard. I think at centre-back Collins has been really good this season. And I think they're a team of players who kind of get put into just a bunch of we're a big bunch of brutes. We just play it long, we're physical, we're energy. But they do have some really good technical players. So I think United need to be switched on in this game. I think the fact that this game's at Old Trafford is also massive for United, because with our home record being a lot better than our away record, we've only lost 3 times at Old Trafford this season. Mind you, one of them being our last games. Hopefully, this can be another home win. And on the way to Champions League, like I said, just watch out for Igor Thiago. Watch out for that high press. Make sure that when he is pressing you and you are being pressed, if you've got nothing, just go long. We've got a massive striker. This is one thing I found frustrating as well. We've got a really tall striker, and I feel like the only time we cross the ball is when Mbumo's up front. I don't really understand. So, yeah, I mean, early in this game, I think play it long when pressed. If not pressed, you can try and play out again. Drop Cobby maybe towards the back line, drop Casemiro towards the back line, get the ball progressed from there. But Heaven in this game, I think, is going to be a big plus. I think he's got a skill that the other covering centre-backs don't have. When Maguire and De Ligt play as a centre-back partnership, both of them are quite slow and ponderous on the ball, both of them right-footed. With Heaven, I think Heaven is the best player in the squad to deputise Martinez. He actually has the physicality that the physicality and height that Martinez doesn't have. But he does have a very nice line back and pass on him. He does have a lot of composure on the ball. So Heaven and Maguire in this one to deal with Thiago, that's what I think how we should line up in the back line. And so, talking about the back two, that brings me on to the United team news. Now, I mean, it's pretty easy now. I think it's pretty easy now to name most of the players in the team. I mean, up front, you can look up front maybe there's rotations we had up front in most games, but if the best players are fit, I think the team at the moment pretty much picking itself. We're talking Senna Lommans in net. It's been absolutely brilliant this season. I think Senna Lommans is up there for signing of the season. No one's going to mention him. £20 million, and I can't name a player who's come into a team and had a bigger impact than Senna Lommans in the league this season. So then, moving on to the back four, we've got Delo at right back. Delo gets a lot of stick from a lot of people, including me, by the way. I'll get frustrated with Delo because I know he's got all the talent there. I know he's got the physical attributes, but the switching off and the bozo gene that's in him lets him down. I think, however, when he came out the team and Mazraoui went right back, we really struggled to progress the ball. And I do think Dalot is genuinely really good in ball progression. Great first touch. He can beat his man and run. He can play long passes. He can play short passes. He's quite good in build-up. So Dalot right back for me. And like I said earlier, Maguire and Heaven, I think that can work really well. Maguire's got all of the leadership, all of the physical qualities, all of the organisational qualities. Paired next to Heaven, who can be a bit of a cannon, bit of a head case, but also you need that in your partnerships. You need someone who's willing to just go through and win the ball. You need someone who's willing to be aggressive. You need someone who's willing to do that. But he's also got good defensive awareness. He's genuinely good in the air, and he's got a nice left foot, like I said earlier. And I think Maguire and Heaven could actually be a really fruitful partnership. I think both of their best qualities complement each other quite well. Luke Shaw at left back, who's been a stalwart this season, which is unbelievable to say, because when is Luke Shaw a stalwart? Usually in the World Cup year, but I never said anything. And then Casemiro, Mainu picks it south for midfield. We all know we're losing if we see Ugarte on the pitch. So the less said about Ugarte, the better. But Casemiro and Mainu together. Mainu, it's a nice little partnership. And only 3 more games left of Casemiro. I will miss him when he's gone. He's a big character, big player for the team, and he's been absolutely brilliant this season. I think he was brilliant in his first season. Struggled a bit when Ten Hag struggled to platform him properly, left him covering 70 yards of space all across the pitch when it's really not suited to his skill set now that he's not got the legs for it. But headphones falling out. But yeah, Casemiro in midfield, Bruno in the 10 in front of them too, like I said, and then I'd stick with Mbeumo whilst he's struggling for another week, just to see if he can score against his old club. Like I said, I think if you go long, try and bypass the press in the early moments of this game as well, that Sesko to Mbeumo could be cash money. So yeah, man, Mbeumo on the right, Cunha on the left, fresh from goal scoring, one of my favourite players in the team, Cunha, because he's just a Man United player. Like, even when it's not going right for him, he's still got the balls to get the ball, stand up, try and take his man on, try and have a shot, and I love players like that. So yeah, Cunha on the left, and then Sesko up front. I do think, though, I would like Carrick to change it earlier if we're struggling. So if we do come into this game and the attack looks quite stale, then Carrick needs to look at changing it early, because in the last few, when it has looked quite stale, wait until 75, 76 minutes to change it. It really doesn't help the player who's coming on. He's got next to no time to impact the game. And even though Sesko has scored from the bench, I think bringing on Ahmad earlier, if it is 0-0 or it is 1-1 in the second half, can really impact the game. Also, I want to see Shea Lacey, man, because I've seen him, even in that game where he got sent off, he was class. I know it's only little cameos, but trust me, Shea Lacey's a player, and I'm calling it early, man. Like, Shea Lacey. So I'm hoping we can get Champions League wrapped up so we can see some of these kids. I mean, Noah Ajoy's made quite a lot of progress this season in the academy, in the 18s, and even playing in the 21s. And then we've had Chidowobi playing for the 21s after starting up front last season. So there's some young players in the academy that I'd like to see get given a chance, and I'd like to see them play in front of the Old Trafford faithful before the end of the season. Give him a go. And yeah, man, Shea Lacey, keep him on the bench. I think if the game's getting tight and it's packed and you need someone who can beat a man, someone who's got a bit of a shot, bit of something magic, bit of something that nobody expects, then keep him on the bench, man. It's United. We know how these young kids do for United, man. Like, trust me. I'd rather see Shea Lacey coming on than someone like Tyrell Malacia, who's just got no purpose and he's not worth it being in this season. So yeah. So with all that being said, with the United team being predicted, I'm going to give my score prediction. I think this is going to be a difficult game. However, I do think United are going to get the 3 points. I'm saying 3-1. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet from Igor Thiago. I think that running in behind and that strength and that pace can cause us a bit of problem on the transition. And I do expect Brentford to score. Hopefully not first. I think if United score first, then we'll win this game quite comfortably. So yeah, I'm going 3-1. Thiago for Brentford, and then it's going to be Bruno with 1 penalty, because we've been getting shafted by the ref, so I smell one of them coming. Yeah, Bruno with 1, Sesko with 1, and then Mbeumo against his old club. With all that being said, I've been Joseph, this is Sick FC, and thank you for watching. God bless. See you all later. These boys don't make a splash. Greedy with a ball, I ain't passing that. Bitch, I'm greedy.